Courtney. Can you tell me what your name is?
It's Carrie.
Carrie. Okay. You doing okay?
I'm here, ain't I?
Yeah. Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about what's going on and what you're thinking about right now?
I've talked with an advocate a couple times, and I'm not even sure if it was the same person. And I know, so this domestic violence. My boyfriend is crazy. I mean, he's everywhere. He's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Somehow, it's like he wants to be in my everything and then everyone. So I don't have anything else. I love him.
Okay.
I love him, but I'm scared.
Okay. Can you tell me, I guess, a little bit more about when you say that he's in everything and everywhere? Can you maybe give me a couple of examples of what you mean?
Okay, he is retired military, and he gets a stable check, and I work, but he's at work. He's calling me at work. He's threatening employees, speaking to employees on their own, like on their own social media. He got some of their numbers. He's calling my boss, and he's in everything. I can't even go to hang out with friends. I can't. I don't. What's friends anymore? I can't even see my kids without his direction. He's everywhere.
Okay. How long have you two been together?
Um, well, just a while.
A while.
A while.
Like few years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you two have children together?
Me and him don't have children together. I have two kids, 8 and 5, with
Okay.
a previous spouse, and we have a good relationship. But me
Okay.
and my boyfriend, it's it's like I don't think he likes my kids, and that's a problem. But I love him
Okay. Why do you think he doesn't like your kids?
because they're not his kids, and he wants his kids, and those are my kids, and I can't control what happens before I met him. But he wants kids, and this isn't the right place to be. This is not the right relationship. I can't want his kids right now. It's just not. It's not good.
Yeah.
Not right now.
So has there been abuse in the relationship the entire time? Did it start at a certain point?
Well, like I said, I love him,
Okay.
but I was in love with this man, and then well, it was like looking back on it, it was like it seems like it was an overnight thing. Just it one day it just clicked,
Okay.
and but little things was like he would check my phone records, and I didn't think anything of it, or he would
Okay.
play with my phone and like look through my texts and stuff, and I didn't think anything. That's my boo,
Mhm.
but then he starts showing up to work, and then he won't leave work, and then he's talking to my friends, and then he won't stop calling my friends. If I'm not around, he's got to be there, or if I'm somewhere, he's got to know where I'm at. It's like I don't have freedom, but at one time I did have freedom, and I really, really, really loved him when I had freedom.
Okay. Okay. And so it just seems like all of a sudden it changed.
I couldn't even pinpoint you
Okay.
to the point it happened.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah.
that's normal. I'm not asking these questions because it's something abnormal. It's just trying to better understand your situation so that I can give you all the help that you need. But that's a completely normal thing. That's something that I've seen a lot with people. It just kind of it's like a light switch.
So I'm not
almost.
stupid?
No, of course not. Of course not. You're not stupid for staying. You're not stupid for loving this person. It's a completely normal thing. The person that you fell in love with isn't the same person that you're seemingly in a relationship with at this point. Does that sound
It's not.
right?
It's like it's him. You look at him,
Mhm.
and the next time I see him, he could be totally the man I fell in love with, but it's not. It's not him anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm here, and we know that I need to do something about this.
Okay. And can I ask what brought you in today? I mean, I know you said that you've spoken to an advocate before, and you didn't necessarily feel comfortable
No,
coming in.
I didn't feel comfortable at all.
That's
but
fine.
he got locked up,
Okay.
and he's in jail for a couple weeks, and so I thought,
It's a good
what the
time.
hell? It's
time.
now or never.
Right.
So here I am.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you decided to come in. So is your goal ultimately to get out of the relationship? Have you thought that far about what you'd like to see happen? Do you feel like there just needs to be some separation? Or, I mean, are you two living together? Do you have property that you've bought together? What are your thoughts?
Be quite honest, I would love to have him the way it started to be be that way, but it's not. I'm not, oblivious. I know that's not realistic. I know that I need to get out. I know that my kids are very important to me, and I need them, if I see them, to feel protected.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's never hit me in front of them,
Okay.
but he's yelled at me in front of them. He's made me feel worthless in front of them,
Okay.
and I fear that he will hit me in front of them, and then they're gonna see that.
Okay.
So I want to get out, but he comes. Not only does he have like years of experience and he gets a pension, he comes from a family of wealth. He has power, and who am I going to go to where he can't reach? Can I go somewhere he can't go? Not really. Can I hide? Does he not? He has the resources to get whatever he wants.
Okay. Yeah, and that's a really scary situation to be in. Do you have any family members, friends, anyone maybe even outside of the area? Have you thought about whether you want to stay here? You want to leave? Is that a possibility?
I have friends, and I even have a good relationship with my kid's father.
Okay.
But there's nowhere. I don't know how I can get to these people without him getting there. I need to be able to, if I could speak to my friends without him finding out,
Mm-hmm.
if I could talk with distant relatives. I have family across the country.
Okay.
But if I could, yeah, I'm willing to relocate, but I also have kids here, so I can't relocate. So I'm stuck. I'm not gonna leave my kids. They're my kids.
Right. Have you talked? Does their father know about any of this that's going on?
He wouldn't believe it. If you met my boyfriend, he is like a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Okay.
Behind closed doors,
Okay.
he's a monster. But to the average person, even to my kid's father, he's a good guy. He's just a good old boy.
Okay. All right. And you think that if you shared with him some of the things that have been going on, I know you said that it hasn't happened in front of the children, but I know you said that there have been arguments in front of them. Do you think that approaching him, having that conversation, that maybe he would be believing of it, or is there just no way?
I don't know, but I feel like I'd be very, very scared. Because what if I tell him and he takes the kids away?
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I've had friends and family that's been through that, to take them away from a dangerous situation, and if I can't get out, maybe I can't. I don't know if I can tell him. I want to tell him because we have that good relationship, but I don't know if I can, because I don't know what would happen after.
Right. Okay.
Because my kids are the most important thing. So I don't know if he would be in any kind of danger. I don't know if anything will happen to my boyfriend. I don't know if anything would happen to me. So that's kind of why I'm here, so I can help get through this.
Okay. And all of what you're saying makes a lot of sense. I completely understand why somebody would be, or why in that situation you would have those concerns, because that's definitely something that people experience. What I would say, or maybe, I guess what I would ask you is, you've already filed a police report. You said that he's in jail right now. Has anyone spoken to you about getting protection orders? Is that something that you've already taken steps to do?
The only people I've talked about any of this was an advocate, and that was only when I was at work.
Okay.
Because whenever I moved, he knew about it.
Okay.
So I don't really feel safe about going to the courthouse to do this, because he's in jail, and that's right around the courthouse, and I don't know what's going to happen. What if he gets released and I'm there? What do I do?
Okay. Well, if he were to get out, first of all, you could have an advocate there with you that would go and help you through the process of taking the protection order out. And they have sheriffs that are at the courthouse. So if you ever needed someone to escort you in, escort you out, there's always protection there. And even the area where they have you fill out the protection order forms, everything's locked, no one can see inside. So there's a lot of protection, and they understand the severity because they see it day in and day out. So they would never put you in a compromising situation. And let's just say he did get out of jail and was around the corner. If you felt like you needed to wait inside that room until somebody could just walk you right to your car, or even take you home or take you somewhere else, then that's what they would be willing to do. Okay.
Do you think I can keep my kids through this? Because me and their father have joint custody, but
Okay.
if all this gets blown out, what happens with them?
And that's a good question. I don't know that I have a concrete answer for you, just because every situation is different. But if you think that there's any possibility that you could sit down and have this conversation, and show your children's father that you are taking the steps to do what you have to do to protect yourself and to protect your kids, and that you are thinking of them through this. Um, I don't know. I mean, you know him better than I do. I don't want to act like I'm the expert in your life or in your relationship. So, how do you think he would receive that?
Well, based on I can imagine him being quite angry that I put myself in this situation. He's got a lot of resentment toward me because me and him didn't work out.
Okay.
Which I thought that because he likes my boyfriend that it would maybe they'd have a good relationship, but it's not necessarily the case.
Okay.
I think maybe be ashamed of where I'm at and why, and he wouldn't understand why I can't just leave.
Okay. So let me give you this suggestion, or let me kind of throw this out here. Do you think he would be open to coming and sitting with me, and maybe you two can talk with me, or I can kind of explain to him some of, maybe not specifics of what you're going through, whatever you're comfortable with, you can share, but I can kind of mediate that conversation to help him understand how someone could still be in love, very much in love with a person who maybe does things that aren't, things that are abusive and very violent and scary. Do you think maybe that would help to have somebody there to mediate that conversation and kind of mitigate some of that blaming?
I'd be okay with that, but this is something that would have to be done while my boyfriend's in.
Of course, I completely understand. I completely understand that, and so I would completely be willing to accommodate that. So whatever, even if you want to before you leave here today, we could set something like that up, and set up a time to meet, and even if he needs to do it over the phone, we could do that. Do you have any other immediate needs, or things that you specifically want to work on that you maybe haven't worked on or haven't spoken about just yet?
Not that I can think of right
Okay.
now. No.
Okay, so
If we can get that arranged with
Okay.
my kid's father, I'd appreciate that because something needs to be done, and I'd like his support.
of course, okay, so then let me just make sure that I'm understanding exactly where we are. So we're gonna set up an appointment with your ex-husband to come in and talk, kind of explain where you are, and then we're going to look at potential options for you to potentially get away for a little while. And you're not sure whether you want to stay in this relationship long term, or not, but just right now in the immediate, it's not safe for you to be there, and so you just need to get away.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then, of course, I mean, there are a lot of things that I was hearing you say about emotionally and kind of feeling, stupid about staying and being concerned about how others may think of you or see you. And so we can definitely work on trying to fix that a little bit, or kind of work through some of that, because none of this is your fault.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Is there anything else that we can deal with right now before you get out of here?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate the help.
No problem.